Hey guys, and welcome back to the same outfit and makeup look. Hey, if you're new to my channel, my name is KP, and if you are not new, hey girl, how you doing? So today we're gonna calm down the silliness just a little bit. If I can, I will try. You're gonna hear me do that shit a lot because I'm actually sick as fuck. But here I am with you guys because I'm here for you, just for you, girl, me and you. So today we're gonna talk about some sad shit. I know you guys love the sad shit. I am going to talk about the saddest part of my job. As almost all of you know, I do work at an animal hospital, and today we're going to talk about pet euthanasia. I had a really hard one that I had to work yesterday, and so it's been on my mind a lot. I probably do about 100 a year that I am personally involved in, if not more. A couple weeks ago, I did 12 in a week. And it takes a toll on you. So you have to learn how to compartmentalize. So we're going to talk about that as well. A lot of people are not going to enjoy this because talking about death is nothing that's awesome. But I get that question a lot just in my life, is how do you deal with that? Like, I don't understand how you handle that. And I'm going to fucking explain it to you. So let's get into it. So if you don't know, humane euthanasia is a service that most vet clinics provide. It is putting your pet to sleep when he is too sick or too old and his quality of life is not great. The way that we measure quality of life, can your dog get up and down, dog, cat, pet, whatever, get up and down by themselves, stand up, sit down? Are they in constant pain? Are they still eating and drinking? Do they still play? Do they still want to go out on walks? Do they seem happy? And if you can tell me no to all of those, or we have a lot of pets that are terminally ill and the treatment for some types of, especially cancers, not all, because I have seen dogs do really wonderfully going through cancer treatments and they've done fine. But there's some dogs that that's not worth it because they're just going to stay sick, and then their treatment is going to make them sicker and their quality of life is horrible. And that's unfortunate, but that's true. So you gotta get through that in your brain. The first time I think I ever worked at euthanasia, when I first came into the industry years ago, I cried for an entire day. I cried through the whole procedure, cried all night. And the next day I felt like shit. I was like, wow, I cannot believe I'm gonna have to do this. After about the billionth one, you start to look at it in a different way. It's more like you can be upset, but it's what's best for them, if it is. Like, because there is some instances where you personally don't believe it's the best decision. And the doctor that you work for can make that call themselves and say, no, I'm not going to put this animal to sleep because there's nothing wrong with it, or I don't feel like it's necessary to do, or I feel like there's other treatment options. And they can say no and turn the procedure down. Send you on your way. Most vets are very particular in doing that, because if you want to put your cat to sleep, you're going to. Like, you're going to come into a vet hospital, or you're going to go to the Humane Society where they just stick them and go and just move on, and the pet dies alone, like super sad in a room with 50 other dead cats. Like, it's unfortunate, but that's just the way that it works sometimes. And I understand that these videos are not for everyone. They're not. Not everyone wants to hear about this. But there's a lot of people in this industry, especially just starting out, that do need some tips and tricks of how to deal with this part of our job. Is it wonderful? No. Is it necessary? Yes, it is a necessary evil. There are some animals that it is very painful for them just to be alive. Like, you have a 30-year-old dog, they can't get up and down, they can't eat anymore, they can't go to the bathroom by themselves. Like, that's horrible. Like, that's not a good life. But then we have some that have very treatable conditions that the owners just unfortunately can't afford to treat or don't want to treat. And those are the ones that are really difficult, and that get to me personally, is the ones where I'm just like, I'll just take it, and they say no. And that's pretty difficult to deal with. I had a very emotional one that I did yesterday. It was a 15-year-old lab, and I was devastated, and I cried in the room, which I try really hard not to do because I feel like that shifts focus from what's actually happening, because it's something that the owner is going through and it's not about you. So you need to remain fucking composed, and you can cry later. You can cry in the bathroom by yourself. You cannot cry in front of that owner because the last thing you want is them comforting you when they're going through something that's really horrible. But my whole hospital cried in that room because we've known that dog for a billion years, and it was really sad, and the owner was alone, and it was hard. It was a hard day for me yesterday, and I'm sick, which makes me even more emotional, you know what I'm saying? But that being said, I had someone ask me in one of the other euthanasias I performed this week. It's only Wednesday when I'm filming this, and I've done 3, so it's a big part of my job. Is it a fun part? No. Is it a necessary part? Yes. So, one of our clients asked me, he's just like, I don't understand how you can do this. I'm just like, you just learn to compartmentalize it. I mean, that's just how it is. I will have an emotional breakdown like twice a year and just cry about all of them, like all of it. But you have to detach yourself from it a little. You always care. It's always sad. Regardless of if it's the best possible decision for that animal, it's always sad to experience. It doesn't matter if it's the right decision or not. It's going to be equally sad. So you just have to learn how to separate yourself, or really get in the mindset of this is in the best interest for this animal, and me being upset is just me being selfish and not what's actually best. In my life of animals, that I've owned personally, not like family animals like that were mine, belong to me, we've had to put to sleep too. And it was devastating both times. Both times it was the right decision, but it was horrible. Like, it was a horrible time in my life, and I was sad forever, and it was awful. And you don't get over it easily. I have a lot of guilt for both of them. Waffles, my Boston Terrier, I kept her too long. And that is something that has bothered me forever. I let it go. Her illnesses, her kidneys were done. They were shut down completely. And I just wanted to fix her so badly that I probably put her to sleep a week past the time that I should have, because she was miserable. And I just couldn't let go because I really wanted to. In my brain, I could fix it, and I couldn't. Like, there was nothing we could do, and I just couldn't let go. And she had to spend her last week in immense amounts of pain because I was selfish, and I have a lot of guilt about that. And that was 2.5 years ago. I think about her all the time. Great, wonderful dog. So that makes it difficult, I guess. You have to separate it, really separate it. But another point is, if you get to a point in your career in animal medicine where it doesn't bother you at all and you don't care doing euthanasias, then it's time for you to pick a new career, because when your empathy is gone, because every job wears on you and stuff gets like normalized, but if you don't have that empathy anymore, then you're done. Like, you need to pick a new career. You don't have to break down into tears every time an animal passes away, because I don't. There's sometimes when I'm like in my heart happy for them that they got to go and they're in peace now and they're not so miserable anymore. Like dogs that are a billion years old and their jaws have rotten off because they had cancer and they can't even eat, and their owners just let them starve to death. Like, that is worse to me than if they would have brought them in and been like, we need to put her down so she doesn't have to suffer for the rest of her life. And she's not spending the next year suffering, or she doesn't actually starve to death because she can't eat. And I guess when you've been in the industry as long as I have, you see it all. Like, we've had cruelty cases where those things happened. Their animals starved to death because they didn't treat their cancer and or whatever, never fixed a broken bone, but didn't put them to sleep either. They just did nothing, and they starved because they couldn't eat anymore, and their owners let them starve to death. And that is way worse, in my opinion, than saying, hey, my dog has cancer, I can't afford to treat it, let's put him to sleep. It's better. Sometimes it's the best choice. It's the hard choice. It's a hard choice, regardless of like how it's hard. It's hard for everyone. And your job, if you work in the industry like I do, is to make that owner feel better, to make them feel like they are comfortable. They can feel like it's not my job to make them feel like they're making the right decision. It's my job to be there for them as they're making whatever decision they're going to make. And that is what I do day in and day out for 60 hours a week. It does get, like, when you break down about one, I feel like they all come flooding back, because that's what happened to me yesterday. It was the one dog that really triggered it, though, where I was just, like, destroyed over this one pet. But then, like, the last 60, it all came out at once. And that's the way that I personally handle it. I just have to compartmentalize, and, like, put it to the side until I have a chance to just break down about all of it. Because there are some that I have felt like it was the wrong decision, even though that is not my call. But that's a part of my job. It's not glamorous. And that's why it kills me when people are just like, oh, all you guys do is snuggle puppies all day. And I'm like, I snuggle puppies maybe once a fucking month. Because the puppies, it's a hospital. The puppies that I see are sick. Like, it's not fun. We have vaccines, so we do see wild puppies, but it's a hospital. Like, the majority of our clientele are sick patients. We don't snuggle puppies all day. That would be fucking cool. Like, maybe if I worked at, like, a daycare, like a doggy daycare, then I would get to snuggle puppies all day, but that's not my job. Sorry, I cannot breathe. Like, I just wanted to, I guess, jump on here and share that with you guys, because I do get a lot of questions about it and about my work. And that is the hardest part of my job, but it's a part of it. Death is a part of life, and it is really my job to be strong for an owner that is going through something, regardless of how I feel about the situation. So that's it, you guys. If you like videos about, like, vet medicine and you want me to do some more, definitely let me know in the comment section below. You should give this video a thumbs up if you feel so inclined, and you should subscribe. Motherfuck. You should subscribe to this channel because it is free to subscribe and hang out with me 4 days a week. Who wouldn't want to do that? The crowd goes silent because nobody wants to fucking hang out with me. And if you would like to, you can follow me on all my other social media accounts. You can follow me on Instagram at GrungeXGlitterX, and you can follow me on Snapchat and Twitter at GrungeXGlitter, and you can follow me on Facebook at GrungeandGlitter-KP. I love you guys so much. I'll see you later. Bye.